Hey everyone, welcome to the show today, my so-called fabulous. I'm Tiffany and welcome back to this show. And we talk about a lot on this show, but you know what? The main reason I started this, oh my goodness, 6.5 years ago, is to solve problems and to help. And we're going to help because I just had a closet switch out and boy, do I need this gal's help. So she has been on the show today several years ago. So this is a fun one. We're going to talk about fashion and this crazy content creation world that we're in. But Style of Sam, welcome, Style of Sam. She is Fort Worth based fashion influencer, stylist, pharmacist. Okay, don't forget that word. Wife, mom of two, very busy, who's built a beautiful brand helping women feel confidence through style and aging. What I love about Sam's story is that it's all about reinvention with all of us. I've done it. Many of you've done it. You've asked me how to do it. But she spent years in a career of being a pharmacist, okay, in the pharmacy. She's still doing it. She's still practicing occasionally, Dave, but over time, she's built a thriving platform business helping women elevate their wardrobes and you know what, more than anything, their confidence. And today we're talking about career pivots, motherhood, confidence, again, there's the word, and of course style tips that, guess what, you can actually use in real life. Welcome, Sam. Samantha Stewart, Style of Sam.
Thank you. I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. My goodness, you're so busy with these kiddos. You've got two kiddos.
Yes.
You're a pharmacist,
Yes.
and you're still practicing. And you
Yes.
told me where earlier. And just I see you. You have helped me with my blog and website. You're one of those gals. But welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now I need you to tell me what happened in your life. You graduated college, you went to pharmacy school. Is that what you
Yes.
call it?
Yes. Or it's
Pharmacology.
a pharmacy school. Yeah. And it's a doctor of pharmacy.
Okay, and then what happened? You decided, okay, this is great, but
Well, so what happened was like, I love dressing up for work, and people would always say, "Oh, you should help me shop. Can you tell me where we shop that?" Like my manager asked me to do a PowerPoint presentation on how to get dressed for work, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not what I do." Like I always declined, and then we did a short stint in Germany. My husband had a fellowship, and we were in Germany, and all my friends were like, you should blog about IVF, because at the time we were going through infertility, and they're like, tell us what's happening. And so I was like, well, I don't really feel comfortable because it's very emotionally raw when you're going through like the ups and downs of infertility. So I was like, you know what? I'll start a blog about fashion. And so that's what I did. And so I'd ask her, like, answer some of my coworkers' questions and things like that. So that's actually how I got started. And it used to be called like My Friends Want Me to Blog. And then eventually it became Style of Sam. So that's how it all started.
wow. Okay. Do you enjoy, I have a lot of people asking me about reinventing because I'm a chef by trade.
Yes.
That is my career. And I took a pivot.
Yeah.
And like you, fashion people, I'm like, hey, they're my food people. But fashion is another platform for me. So do you still love being a pharmacist?
Yeah, so I do. I love being a pharmacist, and I love my coworkers. I love what I get to do. I feel like it's an honor to get to help these patients. But honestly, a lot of the skills that I learned in pharmacy translate to styling. So, like, basically, discipline, like critical thinking, pattern recognition, making people feel comfortable, all of that, like, really translate to style. So, I feel like it's, these soft skills or whatever you would call them, they really work with style as well.
They sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. And tell me, this reinvention, why did you were talking about the blogging and all of that, but why did you say, "Okay, I'm going to make a business out of this?"
Ugh. So it's kind of funny. So I really didn't think about turning this into a business until life forced me to simplify. So basically, I've always loved fashion. And so my modus operandi then was basically, it was always very trend based. So I was taking a lot of time to follow all the trends, to do a lot of shopping, trying to put outfits together. It was like very, very time consuming, thinking about how to wear things, getting ready. And then we adopted our two children, and then I had less time for that.
Mm.
And then the critical point came when my husband got hurt and we had to have multiple surgeries. And literally, I had no time. So I had to come up with a, a completely different way of like still getting dressed and feeling good about myself. And that's when I figured out like an easy, repeatable, consistent way to get dressed in like less than 10 minutes and still feel elevated. And that's how like I came up with Elevate Your Style and my style operating system. That's when I discovered the style operating system. And I'm like, other women who have like super full, busy lives just like me, who like are leading businesses, raising families, like leading communities, they need this too. Like they like when I realized how much it changed my life, I knew it can change other women's lives as well.
Sam, why do you think so many women and men struggle in their closets?
That's a really good question. And I think it's honestly like threefold. Like it has to do with their identity, their shape, and their reality. So basically, if you don't have your personal style or your style identity nailed down, then you're like looking at all the trends and you're really reacting to like the influencers you see. We have so much coming at us. And so you may be purchasing things like that you see that work on other people, and then like you have this closet full of really interesting things, but they may not go together. There's no cohesion. And like one of my clients said it best, she's like, everyone's at the party but no one's talking. And so I mean,
That's right.
right, I mean, so that's the first part. The second part is shapes. And so again, if you don't really understand your body shape or have body awareness, then you see things that look really great on other people, and then when you put them on, you're like, this doesn't work. And then they end up just like hanging in your closet, staying new with tags until you like donate them or sell them. And then the third piece is like the reality. Like, so if your closet is full of clothes that doesn't reflect like who you are now, like you haven't shopped in 10 years, or you're always adding because you don't have a system, then you don't like they're not really going to work for you. Or if they like you, for example, if you work 90% of the or your 90% of your closet is like full workwear, but most of the time you're doing like kids pickup or running errands or grocery shopping, you're always going to feel like that disconnect.
Mhm.
And so when your closet doors doesn't reflect who you are, that's like when your confidence kind of like is one of the first things to go, because it's no longer aligned with who you are.
So where does a person start? I mean, where does a woman start in a closet? I'm guilty of
I
it.
mean, we
And
all have been.
you and I both, we are gifted things, and it may or may not look great on me. But if that is an issue, how am I supposed to, or Jane Doe supposed to change her closet? Like, what does she do?
Yeah, honestly, you have to do like an audit. It has to do with your identity and audit. So you have to look at this like vision of who you want to be or who you are. And if those pieces don't match, then it's not going to work. And same with the audit for the lifestyle. So if you're like, if all of your closet is full of prom clothes and you're really like the active mom, it's not, you're always going to feel like it's not working. So really being honest about like your actual identity and your actual lifestyle, because I think a lot of us have these like Pinterest ideas of what we want our closets to look like, and it doesn't always work with our lives.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I know I like all of us have been guilty of it, you know? So,
All of us are guilty. And I thought for years and years, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to put an investment in bringing someone in to do this for me. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But the number of times I would have an event and I'd go buy something and then I'd not care for it, I could have spent that money on a stylist to come in, or,
yeah.
someone to help audit,
Yes.
as you said. Don't you agree?
Yes. Well, and so sometimes that's the thing, because you're like, it's this reactive mode because you're reacting versus like being proactive and choosing, you know? And so sometimes when you're doing something in a stressed state, you may not always make the best decisions.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So,
Sometimes I look in the mirror and go, now, did I think this was real? No, I'll take, we take pictures everywhere
oh
we go.
yeah,
Did I really think that was a good idea to put
same.
this on?
I've seen pictures. I'm like, wow,
That was
of
a choice.
myself, of
That was a
myself.
choice.
That
Right.
was a choice.
That's a
Yes.
choice. So let's talk about the closet, and let's talk about the core pieces that a person should have. Because if you're not following along, you need to follow Stylist Sam. I mean, reels with real Instagram reels with real information. That's so good. Very, very good. What are a few core wardrobe pieces that a person should have in their closet?
Okay, so this is a really good question, and it's not as like straightforward as you think. It's a little bit nuanced. So I think because not everyone needs the same things. Like not everyone wears jeans, not everyone wears blazers, but everyone does need these really great core foundational pieces that are easy to mix and match that build like the easy, repeatable, effortless outfit. And so that's the way that you have your foundation. So you have these like super fun pieces like a statement necklace or that really fun and funky blazer to match with. And so all of those core foundational pieces, a lot of times they end up being like more classic style pieces that will last you a couple of seasons. And again, it kind of depends on like your style identity or personal style, because if you're not wearing jeans and I'm like you must have like these
Hmm.
wide leg jeans, it's you could buy them, but if you're never going to wear them, there's no use in
Correct.
you know putting investing your money into that.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's so I would say like there's a great, the great core foundations, but like a top that fits well, pants that feel well, a jacket that feels well, and accessories that you really love. I mean, but it's slightly nuanced because everyone is a little bit different.
But I'd heard a stylist say the other day that they would say, "What is the most important?" They were like, "A good tailor."
It is. It's so true.
It's so true.
Yes.
Is it true that I see a lot of pants that are way too long. That's not
Yes.
good though, is it? Or it's styling. It's trending.
Well,
Is
so
it?
for me, they've always been way too long, and how I compensated for it is just wearing really tall shoes,
Yes.
but also have a really great tailor. So I do use him quite a bit. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, let's take this into your business because what you have created is magical and
Thanks.
your style program business. So tell us what you did with your style program.
Okay, so I have this like comprehensive style program called Elevate Your Style, but I can work with women in two ways. So I work with them either one to one, and these are usually really busy entrepreneurs or professionals, and they're going through major life changes. Like they either have changed jobs or leveled up in their jobs, or they have this like major visibility moment where they're speaking on stage or have a brand photo shoot or like being on like a podcast tour or something. So those are the women that I work with one to one. And then a lot of the women that work well in Elevate Your Style are these women who are very busy professionals and entrepreneurs who also have the full lives with the business and the kids, caretaking, and just all this leadership. And they have this huge invisible mental load, and basically you don't need style to be like another thing on your to-do list or another like exhausting decision that you have to make in the morning. And so the goal of Elevate Your Style is basically to create a style and build a wardrobe that works for your identity, your body, your lifestyle, so that you can easily and effortlessly get dressed every day and look elevated in less than 10 minutes. So it's just like making style easy for you.
So is your business virtual or do you actually go into the closets?
Yes. So for one to one, I go into the closet, but I also have it virtual. So I have a client, an ongoing client right now, and she's in Florida. But then for Elevate Your Style, that is all virtual. So I have had women all over the United States, even in Germany, things like that, and they're learning about style.
Because some people don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful to the industry or anything, but I have a few friends that are physicians and they don't know how to dress. But look at you. You're a style guru. And you're a physician, and I don't mean, but they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wear scrubs.
Well,
Like you
exactly.
said.
Because like they've been so busy focusing on their practice and like what they're mastering that they don't have time for all this. It's not extraneous, but it's just different things that they're working on, you know? And so, and even some people who understand style, they can still always benefit from it because you learn these little nuanced things that you never really thought about.
I think people too really do not know how to dress for their body type. You know?
It's hard though because we have so much coming at us. So, you're inundated with all this information. You're like, yeah, oh, I need that bag. Oh, I need that top. I need that sweater. I need those shoes. I need those sunglasses. Like, it is really so much.
It is. I know. And we're in that world
Yes.
too. I mean, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what and what does our friend Heather in Dallas say? Comparisons the thief of joy. But
Oh,
you're like,
for
if I have
sure.
this, then I'm fabulous. But
Yes.
maybe not. Maybe not
Yes.
so much. I just purchased. Instagram got me, and I bought this dress, and it looks so great on the model. Well, she's not 5'5" at all, at all, at all. Okay, so your style business, when you have a client, what is I mean, what makes you feel so good? Like what change? I mean, do you see it? Do you see what happens when she
Yes.
does what you tell her to do?
Yeah, and I think the most exciting thing is this it's not just about the clothing, right? It's about the confidence. And so one of the biggest things that I teach is about identity. And when these women understand that they get to choose how they look, how they show up, they don't have to react to all these trends and what cultures tell them and what they thought about themselves. It's like life changing. One of my clients said, like, this is a mic drop moment, and I'm teaching this to my daughters because it changed because she felt like she had to do all these things because of style or trends or culture, but like she gets to decide. She's like a leader in her church, and she's like, this is just like phenomenal to understand that I get to decide. And then you learn all the tools of like to choose how to best represent your like fullest, like express yourself the fullest in the fullest.
So with your clients, do you take them shopping?
I can take them shopping. Yes. So I've done that. I've done that for like a personal friend, but she basically had this big major meeting coming up, and she's like, I've been wearing the same suit for 4 years and I just really want your help. And she's busy because she's literally traveling all the time. So I did it for her. But honestly, the most important part is to understand your vision and your style identity. Then all of that other stuff, like the shopping, like what trends to follow, like what pieces to keep or toss in your closet, all of that becomes easier.
Do you like trends? Do you follow trends?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like a bad stylist for saying this, but so I like learning about the trends. I don't actually follow them anymore. Like there's so many trends and they honestly repeat themselves. Like you and I have been around long enough to see these trends like go like come back around, circulate exactly. So I mean, I think it's fun to see like, oh, what's the newest colors, what's the latest silhouettes, but I always say like take what you love, leave the rest. You don't have to like just because like feathers are in doesn't mean you have to be like all feathers. I'll do, for certain things I do like feathers. So I'm just saying like,
Right.
trends are really fun, but you shouldn't make it redefine yourself like every single season.
Exactly. Exactly. And I have always been a trend follower. I have, but I'm not any longer.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like, when the shoulder pads came in, I'm like, okay, we saw this in the 80s and I've been there, done that. And, the bigger the better. But I'm like, I'm not going to do that because it doesn't look good on me.
Yes, and that's so great that you know that. I mean, that's why there's that style operating system. So you know like what you want to look like, what your body works for your body, all of that. Like
Hmm.
what works for your life. Maybe you're not a shoulder pad girl anymore.
Yeah. And the trends with the low rise jeans.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I know. But get this. I love a rise jean.
Well, maybe because it works well for your
It
body.
works for my body for
Yes.
some reason.
And
But some days I like a high rise too. But
yeah.
and it's you're going back to the same thing. It works for your body type,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. So that was huge because that was the thing I remember I saw this. Now we're both stylists, but I saw this on a person and she had low rise. She had this beautiful button down shirt and these low rise jeans. And I'm like, I want that outfit. And I put it on me and I was like, well, it doesn't look the same. It's like,
Wait, what
wait,
happened?
yeah, wait, what happened?
Exactly. You
She's
see,
way taller, like looks like a model. I'm like, it's not the
it's
same.
not the same. And you see these Instagram memes that it was like what I think I look like when
Yes,
no, I don't
they're
look like
so
that.
funny.
Exactly, exactly. I've had women on talking about trends, and I wonder too if it's just we've seen it through the years, and a younger audience may just this needs where they're trying to find their identity. Do
Yeah.
you find that as well that people are
Yeah.
looking for their identity?
Yes, and I did that for a long time. I didn't understand, and so that's why I followed the trends so closely. And I think even older women, they, or I would say more mature women, like us, they do want to, they want to know what's in trend because they want to still feel relevant, and they still, they still want to have a modern, a modern look, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you don't have to follow them so closely and follow every single trend, you know?
Okay, investment pieces. Okay, tell us about investment pieces and what should be an investment piece.
Okay, so I feel like certain things that would be investment pieces are things that will last you through seasons. One of the things that I really love now, but not, this is something some people have to wait to invest on, is like actual fine jewelry, because you can have so much fun with costume jewelry, and I love costume jewelry. I have lots and lots of jewelries and accessory. Fine jewelry is one of them. I feel like really great coats with a really great classic silhouette, they will take you through seasons. Honestly, really good shoes, because your feet are supporting you, and so shoes that are really well made, that can support you, are really great. So, and honestly, I love a good handbag. I mean, I'm a handbag and shoes girl.
You are. I was waiting on that.
Yeah. So, because a lot of times it can make, like, you can center your whole outfit around like the bag or the shoes or the jewelry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mine would be the bags and the shoes, and I love bags. Oh my gosh. You know
Yes.
what else I love? It's sunglasses. I have
Oh,
too many
I do
sunglasses.
love sunglasses too.
What
I
is wrong with me?
I'm trying to actually, like, I have a bunch of like designer and non-designer, but it's just because they kind of change the look, and they're a really easy
Mhm.
way to like change your look, you know? And so, but I'm trying to like hone in on my like signature sunglasses, maybe one or two. I
Right.
don't know if that's going to happen, but
I don't know if I can do it. I would just get sucked in. Now I want the tiny little ones.
oh, that's
I want the tiny
see,
little ones
that's
too.
the thing. I feel like the tiny little ones make me look crazy. So I never, the bigger the better for me.
You know I love the Bee Gees. You came
Oh,
to my birthday
yes.
party, so I
Yes.
was my daughter and I were in New York, and I tried on these little. She goes, "Mom, you look like one of the Bee Gees." I'm like,
You're
"Great,
like
that's
fabulous.
the goal. That is the goal." Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so I just went through last week. Goodness, closet switch from
Yes.
winter, summer, no, winter, fall, and then summer,
Some
spring.
spring, summer. Yes.
Is we should do that, correct?
Yes, it really does help you because, so, okay, I'm going to caveat it with this, because in Texas, a lot of us have huge closets. And so, switching them out, is easier, because then you can actually see what you need for the season. Although, I mean, our weather is very unpredictable. It is easier to actually have like a curated wardrobe and be able to use what you wear when it's switched out for the season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this was very, very difficult for me because I grew up I did not have a lot of money growing up. I had
Same.
everything I needed, but it was difficult for me when I started doing this, but I needed to purge. I needed to purge. I needed to purge. And because of those dresses, and when you have something with tags on it, how horrible. But I purged, and then the person that was helping me, that she organizes, she's like, Tiffy, you're giving someone else a gift.
Yes.
Like, that is great. There's so many nonprofits that need our help, of course.
Yes.
But don't you agree purging is necessary?
Yes. Well, yeah, it is very necessary. And it was the same. Um, I don't know if you call it like a closet hoarder or whatever. I had so much clothes because growing up, we really had nothing. And so it was really hard for me to get rid of things. But purging and getting rid of things that don't work for you anymore is great for you personally, because it's taking up less physical and like mental space. But then also it is a gift for someone else, because someone else gets to use that. And if you never got to use it, they get to use it, and it brings them so much joy.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And that changed the trajectory of my closet hoarding.
Oh,
It
yay.
really did. When
Yes.
I was thinking, oh my goodness, when I was younger, I would love, we had hand-me-downs.
Me, same.
Hey, I mean, there was no, I mean, it may not have fit.
Yes.
We just put Rick Rack on the bottom. And if
Yes.
you don't know what Rick Rack is, You're young. So, but yes, I mean, hoarding, but yes, the purging is a thing and selling. You can
Yeah.
sell, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. So a lot of times, depending on like what pieces you have to that don't fit in your closet anymore, don't fit with your personal style or identity, you can either sell them, like resell and get your investment back or part of it back, or else you can donate it. But like the designer pieces, a lot of times you can get money back for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to shift to mom life and real life.
Oh gosh.
So, we've talked about your career. We talked about that and your husband's career. He's a physician as well.
Yes.
Okay. You have two children and they're busy. So
Yes.
talk to us about your life and how you juggle that with your career and your this is not a hobby. Someone said this hobby I have, this is not a hobby. But your business, how do you
Yes.
do that?
It's funny because I used to always look for this quote balance. And there's actually, I feel like a better word is responsiveness. So in different seasons, depending on what's going on, I have to respond differently. So I try to batch things in on certain days, but really every single day looks different depending on what's going on. And so sometimes the kids need me more, and I have to get what I can get done for work in between that time or after they're in bed. So there's not really a great balance, but there's a different responsiveness. And so, but one of the things that I've had to learn or I'm working on more recently is the boundaries, because I honestly I love working. I love what I do. I feel like it's so much fun. It's such a pleasure to get to do this with these women. But I've had to like shut things off because of my health. Like I have this crazy hormone journey going on and just other things. And my husband is like, you are getting too stressed out. You don't, I'm like, because I think I just compartmentalize it all. And so it's showing up in my health. So that's just, because we wear so many hats. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're a business owner, you're doing all and for your business, it's always just one thing. There's multiple things. So you're always wearing all these hats. And so having like clear boundaries
Mm,
is really important. So you can actually just like shut it off.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
what does a typical day look like over there at the Stewart household?
Okay, well, a typical day is so I used to actually wake up at 5. I no longer do that. I wake up at 6. So I wake because I actually need more sleep. So I'm working on sleep, right?
Okay.
So I wake up at 6, I get the kids ready, get them breakfast, I bring them to school, I come back, I take the dog on a walk. Then I do what I call P&P time. It's prayer and planning. So I take some time for prayer and planning. And then that's when I start my work. And the work either is very flexible in the time because I either have to pick up the kids early for appointments, and then after that we have their after school activities, and then it's dinner, and then it's bedtime, and then either finishing up the work and then going to bed, or if I have longer work then I'm done, and then I'm able to go to sleep. But it is really different every day, but those are like basically that's a framework, and I work around those things, so it's a little bit hectic.
So you say you're normal.
Yeah.
What is normal, right?
Right, right.
What is
Everyone has a
normal?
different normal.
Everyone does, and that's
Yes.
and I say this because I think people do look at us that we have this career, and they think that it looks like our Instagram page, and that's not true.
No, so
It's not
not
true.
true.
It's not true. It's not
Yes.
true, but we would like it to be true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd
That
love
would
it.
it
But yeah,
would
I
be
mean, I know,
great.
and I think that's showing up too. And I've had followers tell me this that I show up without makeup. I do not look like this every day. End of story, not happening. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like I do. I try to reach those people because I cannot get full makeup glam every day.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to rapid fire questions here
Yes.
for you. This is
Okay.
all fun, and we've mentioned a few things, but I'm going to say it again. Okay, changing question: can changing how you dress actually change your confidence?
For sure. Because confidence isn't just about the clothing, it's visible. It's really about what's underneath that identity. And when you're aligned with that, it just makes everything like shine.
Shine. That's it. Why do so many people have closets full of clothes but still feel like they have nothing to wear?
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Oh,
we went into that, but basically there's a style alignment mismatch. Either the identity, the lifestyle, one of those isn't jiving, and it makes it really, creates a lot of friction.
what is the biggest mistake women make when getting dressed every single day?
Okay. I feel like this one is a little bit easier. I feel like they just get dressed and they're not actually like they're wearing the clothes, they're not styling the clothes. So just taking that little extra intention to like cuff your sleeves, add some jewelry, either tuck in your shirt or wear a belt. Some little things makes it look a little bit more polished. And so just that little bit of styling.
A little bit of time. You
Yes.
know what? This will recently, I'll say that because I'm not sure when this podcast is coming out, but recently you get dressed to go to work every day at your home. You do that. Gosh, I want to do that, but it's not happening. I'm Lululemon. I go to the gym and I end up going, wait, it's time to go have dinner now. I mean, I'm like, that's my
But
day.
you
But
know, but that's okay. But you know what? It's because other women think Lululemon is comfortable. But to me it's not comfortable actually. Like those pants are so restrictive. I like
what?
so I really like, clothing that are more flowy. And so that's why I was like the women who do the Lululemon all day, to me it's like so uncomfortable. So that's why I changed into like real clothes.
I love that because everyone's different. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, I feel so like tight and
Yeah.
exactly. But I shouldn't sit in my workout pants all day. Okay. If listeners take one thing away from today's conversation, just one, whether it's style, confidence, reinventing yourself, what would you want it to be?
Okay.
Oh,
Mine is like I love this quote, be yourself, everyone else is taken. And so style, like you are the magic sauce. No one else can replace you. So like style when it's fully expressed as you is completely magnetic. So instead of imitation, just be you. And that's just what makes it so powerful because everyone is like so unique.
I knew you would have a good answer for us. I just knew you would. Girl, thank you so much for being
Oh my
here.
gosh, thank you so much for having
I know when
me.
I saw you outside, I'm like, we're all busy, but I know two children, careers, multiple careers. But thank you so much because so many people need to hear this, you
Thank
know?
you.
Okay, so how can listeners, viewers, followers find you and what you offer?
Okay, so it's really easy to find me on Instagram at Style of Sam. And if they want some free resources, they can DM me the word vault, VAULT. I have the style vault of free resources. And if they want to learn more about Elevate Your Style, they can DM me the word success and they get access to my masterclass where they learn more about the style operating system.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Thank you
Thank
again.
you so
I
much.
just adore you and I love
Oh,
you to
I feel the
pieces.
same thing
Uh,
about you.
just a little community we have here in
Yes.
Fort Worth. Thank
Yes.
you. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today on My So Called Fabulous. And you know, I say this every single Tuesday. Every Tuesday, keep being fabulous.